What's the real secret to learning a new language? Is it some special talent, something you're just born with, or is it something anyone can actually master? Well, it turns out the research is pretty clear. It's all about a set of specific learnable skills. And today, we're going to uncover exactly what those secrets are.
So, what really makes the difference? I can tell you what it's not. It's not about your genes or having some kind of gift for languages. Nope. All the research points to this really powerful mix of mindset, strategy, and just daily habits. And the best part? These are all things you can literally start doing today.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First up, we'll look at the big picture. What really sets good learners apart? Then we'll dive into the nitty-gritty, cultivating the right mindset, building smart study habits, and finally, the most important part, practicing in the real world. By the end, you'll have the keys to success right in your hands. Okay, let's kick things off with the most fundamental idea here. Being good at learning a language, it's not some magical talent. It is all about technique. It's about what you do, not who you are when you're born. When you look at all the research, this one pattern just keeps showing up again and again. Successful learners, they're the ones who mix a bunch of smart, repeatable habits with a really positive, can-do attitude. And it's that combo, that mix of action and psychology, that really, truly makes all the difference. So, speaking of that positive attitude, that's the perfect place for us to start. Let's talk about mindset. Because honestly, before you even try to memorize a single word, the real work starts inside your head. It's all about building that internal foundation. Okay, check this out. This is a huge fork in the road, and it changes everything. A lot of learners, maybe you can relate, are absolutely terrified of making mistakes. But a good learner, they see mistakes completely differently. They're not failures. They're just data. It's feedback. It's like a bright flashing sign showing you exactly what to focus on next. Here's a really powerful mental trick, something you can start using right now. Visualize your success. Seriously. Good learners, they don't just hope to be fluent. They actively imagine it. They can almost hear themselves speaking confidently. This makes the goal feel so much more real and achievable. And this isn't just daydreaming, by the way. It's a proven motivational tool. And this is a big one. Learning should never, ever feel like a punishment. The most successful learners, they find ways to make it genuinely fun. They weave the language into things they already love to do. You like TV series? Watch one. Love music? Listen to songs. Video games? Play 'em. This completely transforms studying from a total chore into something you actually look forward to doing. Okay, so we've got the mindset down. Now let's build on that with some practical, day-to-day actions. Think of this next part as your toolkit for effective learning. These are the smart study habits that create real, actual progress. All right, the research points to this really simple but, man, it's an incredibly powerful study loop. It all starts with making notes to capture anything new. Step 2, you grab a dictionary and you're not just looking up a word, you're trying to really understand it. And then, the final step, and this is the most important one, you lock it all in with extra practice to make sure it sticks. One tool that pretty much all good learners swear by is a personal vocabulary list. And I don't just mean a random jumble of words. No, this is like your own personal, curated library of new terms and what they mean, something you can review and add to all the time. I love this analogy. Think of it as your personal language bank. Every single new word you add, that's a deposit. And the more you invest by reviewing those words, well, the richer you become. Your resources just grow and grow for when you actually need to speak or understand something. And remember, the learning doesn't stop just because class is over. Successful learners, they're proactive. They're always looking for ways to practice and get better on their own time. And let's be real, with the internet today, you have a basically infinite library of stuff right at your fingertips. All right, so you've got the right mindset, you've got the smart study habits. Now for the fun part. It's time to take all that knowledge from the page to the people. This is the final, absolutely essential piece of the puzzle. This is where your skills really come alive. I mean, at the end of the day, what is language for? It's for communication. It's a social tool, right? That's why the best learners are constantly looking for chances to talk. With classmates, with people online, with native speakers, really with anyone who will listen. They're using the language for exactly what it was made for. And hey, you do not need a formal classroom to practice. you can turn your entire world into your classroom. Next time you're shopping, try thinking in the language. Going for a walk? Try to remember some phrases. At home, just say new words out loud. It's all about creating this constant, low-pressure immersion in your everyday life. Okay, so we've covered mindset, we've covered habits, and we've covered practice. Let's bring it all together right now and look at the whole picture. This is your key to success. Really, it all boils down to these 3 pillars. For your mindset, you got to embrace mistakes, visualize your success, and actually enjoy the process. For your habits, make notes, use that dictionary, and always do that extra practice. And finally, for your practice, talk to people, think in the language, and find a way to use it every single day. And look, if you only take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. It comes from all the research, and it's so powerful. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what you've tried before that didn't work. With the right techniques and the right attitude, it is never too late to become a good language learner.